Thanks, convener. Item 3 on the agenda is deputations. We have 2 requests this morning to be heard. The first deputation request is from Buckstone Youth Dance. It's in relation specifically to item 7.5 on the agenda, which is the extracurricular activities school let's update. Are members happy to hear this deputation?
Is agreed? Thank you.
Thanks. And I'll just briefly ask convener, before we hear the deputation, there is another request from Holy Corner Community Playgroup. I'm not aware which specific agenda item the deputation are relating their issues for, and I don't think there is an agenda item that they wish to speak to, but convener, in terms of standing orders, you do have discretion to agree that there is sufficient reason for it to be heard today to air the issues which I've circulated by email just in advance of this meeting. If you're happy to do that, we can then hear the deputation following the first one.
Yeah, I'll rule there's sufficient reason. Has anybody got any objection to that? In that case, let's hear both deputations.
Okay, thanks, convener. So the first one is from Buckstone Youth Dance, and I think we have Emma and Joanne in attendance from the deputation. Joanne Main.
Yeah.
And Emma Person. So it's just to advise, you've got 10 minutes to put forward your points, and thereafter members may wish to ask you some questions.
Right, welcome Joanne and Emma. Are you both going to speak?
Thank you. No, well, Emma will certainly answer questions along with myself, but I have some notes in front of me of what I would like to say, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine, Joanne. When you're ready.
Okay, thank you. We'd like to thank you for this opportunity to talk about our dance school and the impact that not being able to let the local primary school is having on us. Emma and I are both volunteers who run the dance school along with another friend. Buckstone Youth Dance is a community-based, not-for-profit, volunteer-run dance school for dancers aged 3 to 18. We refer to it as BYD, and BYD has been running dance classes in our local primary school for over 35 years, and we have in the region of 180 dancers. We wanted to let you know the impact that not being able to rent the school has had on our dance school and many other organisations like Buckstone Youth Club and the Karate Club, and no doubt countless other organisations across the city, so that you can take that into account when you're making your decision. The impact on well-being of children across Edinburgh as we enter winter will also be huge. We also wish to acknowledge that as parents ourselves, we understand that the priority is absolutely to keep schools open. However, for us, it's incredibly frustrating that we've not been able to get back into the school, especially when most other after-school activities have been able to take place. The school have informed us that they are not allowed to take lets at present, but we understand from other school teachers that some lets between 3:30 and 6 have been. We believe that part of the school's HR inspection.
Joe, you're cutting off a bit. Do you want me to take over?
Well, what I was going to suggest, Emma, Joe, if you can hear me, switch off your screen.
There's pre-COVID have been difficult.
Oh,
hello. Sometimes they switch off the screen.
Joe, you're cutting in and out a bit. Do you want me just to take over, because I've got a note of it as well?
I think you'll need to, Emma.
Okay, so we believe that part of the school's HM inspection is based on community use, and it would be great to see it being used for this purpose. The last few years pre-COVID have been difficult, with lets cancelled at the last minute or rooms changed, meaning we've had to change timetabling at very short notice. From a pandemic point of view, the dancers are all together at school. The council lets department suggested that we hire another venue. We have tried many different venues and have been using our church hall for the last 6 weeks, but other clubs have started back indoors, and therefore we're back to square one again. There really is only one local hall within Buckstone, and it's used for after school club. However, it does beg the question, if we can all dance together at a local community venue, why can we not use the school? We can have measures in place to ensure that we maintain distance, and the rooms that we would use in the school all have doors that open to the outside, meaning that we could A, have plenty of ventilation, and B, limited use to only those 2 gym halls. We're aware that recent evidence suggests that transmission via touch points is less than previously thought, and the main method of transmission is airborne. We're still particular about cleaning touch points, using hand sanitizer, and minimising use of communal toilets. None of the school staff would be in the areas that our dancers are in, thereby not increasing the risk to the school staff. We understand that facilities management in the school have confirmed their ability to cover the leks, and therefore this should not be an issue. We have offered to pay for cleaning if that would help in being able to get back in. We also wanted to highlight the impact on our dancers, which is our first and foremost priority. The last 18 months has been awful for school children. The impact that dancing has on their well-being is huge. Dancing is not only about exercise, but helps build confidence, teamwork, and really supports mental health. Vital for students at the moment. Our dancers are being held back. Other dance schools who have their own property or use of other venues have been able to be dancing for months, meaning they've been able to sit exams, competitions, hold shows, all the things that our dancers should be able to do but haven't been. This is significantly detrimental to them, both from a well-being point of view and their dance experience. The dancers are predominantly girls, and so unlike boy-dominated football, which can be held outdoors, we can't undertake the classes outside during the winter. We hope this gives you a bit of an insight into the impact on one small organisation, but will be no different from many others. We genuinely do not know if we'll be able to survive if we're not able to dance next term. If we're not able to get back in, we need some clear guidance and rationale for why this is the case in order to communicate with all of our parents who are looking for who to contact to question the inconsistencies. That's the statement that Joe and I had prepared, and absolutely we're open to questions. Okay. One other thing I would just like to highlight is with the reduction of active school activities, which was reported in the news this morning, we feel that we operate very much like an active schools activity. We've got professional dance teachers that offer professional qualifications, but our classes are, like we said, not for profit, and we charge half the price to the children, or indeed anybody that's struggling financially. We will always accommodate the children, and it just feels that it's been missed out because we don't get any other property to be able to let.
Okay, thanks very much, Emma. I'll open up to questions from any member. Leslie, do you want to come in first?
Yeah. Thank you, convener, and thank you both for your presentation or dedication to us this morning. My question relates to, and thank you for all you're doing to help young people access a very important activity at a not-for-profit way. That's so important. So what do you think, you said about the
Leslie, hold on a minute, please. Could everybody make sure they're muted? I'll get some feedback. I'm still getting some feedback. Leslie, can you mute everybody? Oh, Miss Leslie, right.
Yeah, sorry, convener. I'm just trying to see who it is actually.
It's actually stopped now, so I think. Oh no, it's not.
Oh.
Sorry about this.
I found the culprit, convener. Right. Sorted.
I'll get you to name them later.
Apologies, Councillor Captain. It
Right,
wasn't me.
Leslie.
Thank you very much. So as I was saying, what I'd like to know, if you'd like to outline, is so you've had no sort of clear reasons given as to why you cannot access the schools, because that's what you're looking for. You said in your deputation, if you can't have it, you want to know why, so you could explain that. to the parents. And I would also like you to talk a little bit about what other benefits the children receive. So in addition to doing the actual dance activity, I'm thinking around what, given they've been in lockdown, I'm thinking about socialising and building relationships with peers and that kind of thing, because obviously during lockdown, the opportunity to do that was limited. So anything else you can add to the benefits, and also what have you been told specifically around the reasons for not being able to get access thus far from the council? Thank you.
Thank you. So we've had very, very little communication from either the school or the council lets department. We've chased regularly to try and find out what the rationale is and why we can't get back in. The school tell us that it's kind of council policy that the school aren't allowed to let. So our lets would normally be between after school time, so sort of 3:30 or 4 and on until about 9 in the evening. And we've not had any communication as to the rationale or the reasons why. In terms of the dancers, absolutely, it's they work together. It's even the interactions with the teachers. It's a bit about them together as peers. Being able to talk to one another. The joyfulness of dance. So it's not just that it's exercise. It gets your heart rate going for sure, but it is also the learning to work with people. We would normally be doing a show. So we have a show every 2 years. It was cancelled. It was due to take place earlier this year. And we obviously, for obvious reasons and understandable reasons, had to cancel it, and it's been put back to next year. But if we can't get back into school to be able to work together, the kids will miss out on doing the show, and that's so confidence building. We hold that in the Churchill Theatre. So it's to a wide audience. They learn how to be on stage. They learn how to work with their dance class that they do the show with. So there are a huge number of benefits from dance that they've missed out on the last 18 months because of COVID, understandably. Does that answer your question?
Okay, Leslie, do you want any?
Very fully, and thank you for that. Thank you, convener. No further follow-up from me.
Right. Is there any other questions, Leslie, apart from my own?
No, convener.
Can I just ask a question? Can you just tell us when you want the lets from? What time in the evening? Because I wasn't clear when you.
So previously we have let a Wednesday, a Thursday and a Friday because we do have a number of classes running from 3:30 until 9 o'clock. At the moment we're willing to take anything that we can just to get the dancers back to the school. We've got a slightly added complication in that one of the rooms that we were using is now being used by the school for COVID, and they have said they don't want us in that room just now, which we completely understand. But ideally we're looking, if we were to be able to get all of our classes back and running, we'd be looking for this end of the school day, 3:30 up until 9 o'clock. That's on a Wednesday and Thursday. On a Friday, we normally use it from 1 till 6. Now we understand the need for cleaning. Anything, we will take anything that we are given at the moment just to get the dancers back. It's we've adapted our timetables for the last 6 weeks to have the kids in.
So can I just clarify? But you've applied for 3:30 to 9 o'clock, and during the week, and 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock on a Friday. That's what you applied for.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Just need to clarify that. Julien, did you want to ask a question?
Convener, I just wanted to offer a comment, if you'll permit me.
Well, firstly, hold on. Can we just let us do questions just now, Julien, because that's a normal process. And then we'll obviously thank you. Is there any other questions? Right, Emma and Joanne, thank you very much for your deputation. We'll be dealing with item 7.5 after the next deputation. As part of dealing with that, the councillors here can ask officers questions about anything that came up in your deputation. So I suspect we'll be exploring the things that you've mentioned, and that's why I want to make it absolutely clear what time you wanted the dance school to operate within the school. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that, Emma and Joanne, and we will be, as I say, just to repeat, we'll be dealing with this after the next deputation. Leslie.
Thank you, convener. My question is to Mr. Kramer, please, and it's to ask what actions do you believe are possible or can we do in order to help specifically Emma and Joe from the first deputation with their issue of access?
Julien.
Convener, through you. And again, Leslie, thank you. At the point that we had the presentation, I did send notes to the officer team asking that we arrange as a matter of priority to meet not only with our two presenters, Joe and Emma, but also to liaise with the school to understand whether there was a mismatch in expectation and understanding. So, Leslie, we're on the case, we're all over it, and I'll happily send you a personal note that explains the outcome from our investigations. Hopefully we'll be able to resume things. I do think, if I may observe, convener, that 35 years of voluntary service was commendable, and at the very least they are owed a formal response from us, and I will give that, Leslie. Thank you, convener.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kramer, I'm grateful to you. Thanks.
Right. Next question.